What's going on, guilty guys and gals? Welcome back to Strat 2. I just decided I wanted to do that as fast as I possibly could. Let's do this. Oh, and now my dog decides to start barking. No! That's sad. What are we talking about? We're talking about Mikado's 3 things or something? I don't remember. But I'm totally not going to get stuck on any of the mini-games this time. That's a rule. If it has something to do with Iroha, then it's got to be how you gathered Void, right, Mikado?
That is correct. Whilst looking for more information to help with my plan, I discovered traces of the children of Utsuro, who were in the same situation as me.
The children of Utsuro?
Yeah, it's a group of people who were helped by Mr. Utsuro as a child. Nikki thought it sounded cool. You already had loads of information about Alter Ego, and Kokoro and Shobai were already working for you. So why did you need 4 more people in Void?
That's true. Also, you ended up betraying all of the Voids you gathered by killing them anyway.
Betrayal, so that's what you think. Do you think that the Voids didn't agree to this plan?
We didn't! You didn't explain that we died for real at all!
Like I said before, my manpower originally consisted of Kokoro and Shobai. However, there was a different reason why I brought the 4 Voids in.
Another purpose?
The total amount of divine luck everyone received was different. Everyone is aware of this fact, right?
Total amount of divine luck? Total amount of divine luck? I think I heard something about this before. Oh, okay, good. I was like, uh-oh. It's gonna be like the Mikado one, right? Where is it? Oh, is it just this? The amount of divine... Sure. That's easy. Iroha, didn't you explain it to me before? The total protection of divine luck. It depends on the amount they received.
Oh yeah, I heard it from Mikado.
Correct. However, I still do not know 100% what the power of divine luck is. The protection some might call fortune is caused by a combination of the power of divine luck itself.
A combination?
Let's use combat power in manga as an example. I know Iroha will love this one. Anyways, both Hajime and Emma were protected by divine luck. Hajime obtained health and Emma obtained wealth, so each person was influenced in different ways. Going back to the manga power analogy, let's say that Hajime's fortune power is 100 and Emma's is 90. Assuming that 2 people use the power of divine luck for the same reason, the amount would combine. So, if you combine the numbers 100 and 90, you get 190.
Really? So, if multiple people were protected by divine luck and they work together, the power of divine luck gets stronger?
Whoops.
Okay, I'm good. I heard, like, my phone go off in the other room, and I was like, and then I swallowed wrong. Wait, does that even make sense? The power of divine luck just doesn't make any sense. It's like a surreal force, so how can it combine? That's what I'm saying, Yuki. No, it must be possible. During the 4th trial, do you remember what Nikkei said?
Yes, because you had interfered with the plan, everything went wrong. Shinji should have died on the spot and never woke up. He would have never had a chance to even think about saving Yuki. But how come? Only those with the same power would be able to change the result.
Oh. Whoops, Sora. Oops. Whoopsie diddles. I mean, I guess it saved Yuki's life, but honestly, like, how many people have died since then? I don't know. Only people with the same power would be able to change the result. That's right. What? Divine luck is a force that distorts reality. There's no conventional way to stop it. However, if divine luck is in conflict with divine luck, that's a different story.
Ray is right. Divine luck is strongly influenced by the full intentions of the user. That's why I brought the Voids together for one purpose, to revive Master Utsuro. Despite the countless calculations I made, there was still a lot of complications, so I had to borrow divine luck slightly. Just by the Voids participating in the plan, the amount of divine luck was significantly increased. And the chances of my plan succeeding would increase as well.
I yawned.
It's like a human totem pole.
Don't put it that way.
So, we were just disposable things being used like a battery to give you divine luck?
That's right. Why else would I keep you around? Did you honestly think we were friends? Colleagues? You should have known your place.
That's awful.
Why were just them chosen then? You said that Utsuro helped a bunch of people. Hajime, Emma, Iroha, and Nikke. What's so special about them? Theirs were especially bad. They were the only ones left? I don't know.
What's so special about them? Literally nothing. They were just my only options.
Is that really it? There was nobody left in the Children of Utsuro except from the Voids. It's just them? The rest died. What?
Master Utsuro simply couldn't help them. No matter how desperate they were, or what problems...
Okay, stop lagging. Hey, stop that. Okay. Something's running in the background here, and I'm not a fan. You're really gonna make me stop recording, aren't you? Okay, well, I'll be back in a second. Get this, right? My computer was trying to update Microsoft Edge, the browser I don't even use, in the middle of my recording. Thanks, Windows. Thanks a lot. Anyway,
no matter how desperate they were, or what problems they had in their lives, those poor children living in hell without the help of Divine Luck's fortune, I simply helped them. As everyone here knows, Master Utsuro's death was the death of Divine Luck. When Divine Luck disappeared, the original fate of the people under Divine Luck's protection began to return.
It began to return?
The children who got everything they wanted thanks to their fortune suddenly lost it all. So everyone who gains frumphing. Everyone who gaineth frumphing. That's a good one. Everyone who gained something from Master Utsuro lost it. And in the cases of children who had their lives saved, well, they died. In one way or another, they all returned to their personal hell, and for people whose lives weren't directly saved, they couldn't take it and took their own lives. It's been several years since Master Utsuro's estimated death. They were bound to be desperate.
What about the Void? Then why are they still alive?
And that's where my theory of the total amount of divine luck they received comes from. There were 5 children, including myself, whom divine luck was imprinted deeply upon. Unlike most of the others Master Utsuro protected, we still had some protection left, as we received. We received more power than the others on the outset. If I had a choice, I would have chosen some more competent people instead of this lot. Especially Iroha here.
What?
So that's why you brought 4 other people who were saved by Utsuro to form Void.
In part, it was because of Nikke, who felt the crisis occurring and had already gathered the other 3. It was quite easy to get them to agree, honestly. They were all ever so desperate at the time. It's true that if my plan succeeds, the power of fortune will return.
And while doing that, you secretly use the Voids as sacrifices. I feel no sympathy for you.
That's incorrect. Look at it from this perspective. They would have died anyway if the protection of divine luck completely disappeared. The body would simply die. I assure you that the Voids agreed to risk their lives. I don't think they'd have any regrets about what has happened.
Shut up! You're a big fat liar!
What's next then? Is that all? Are the Children of Utsuro the only members of your Void organization? I don't think that's the case. There's another right here in this courtroom with us. I'm talking about her. Sugi's saying there's another person working for Utsuro. He's talking about me! I don't think I have me. Do I have? I have Akane Taira. Yeah, okay. Akane Taira. That's who you're referring to, right, Tsurugi? As far as I'm aware, Akane Taira is the person closest to Utsuro. Whilst using his hacking skills, the human Mikado discovered Utsuro's whereabouts,
but he could never keep track of them. Akane Taira is the only child Utsuro helped who managed to successfully reunite with him.
Sora?
But Tsurugi, Akane Taira is still in the real world. Furthermore, she's in a vegetative state. The only reason you can walk here is because of the virtual world.
A vegetative state? What are you talking about? I don't understand how Akane Taira's body survived the destruction of the lab, or how her body is still functioning. But I found the presence of her in the medical records of a hospital, and I even discovered she'd vanished a few months earlier.
You found her in hospital medical records! We wouldn't have even known if she'd been taken to a private clinic. We found her in hospital medical records? We wouldn't have even known if she'd been taken to a private clinic. There we go.
It was a blind spot. Due to the tragedy, unknown patients were a common occurrence. If you want to hide a tree, put it in a forest. There were tons of early to mid-20s patients who were unconscious. We just didn't realize it was Akane Taira.
What are you talking about?
To put it simply, it was Mikado Sonoji that took Akane Taira from the hospital a few months ago. No, it would be more accurate to say it was Shobai, acting as a representative of Mikado. Am I wrong, Mikado Sonoji?
Tsurugi, you're incredible! You got it all right without me even having to correct you. And that is the second of the 3 important pieces of information I mentioned previously. The fact that Sora is, in essence, Akane Taira.
Shobai, you kidnapped Akane Taira?
Yup.
Wait, Shobai, is that why you didn't know about my identity as Akane Taira? What are you talking about? Well, it definitely seemed like that based on what he said on the 5th island.
Not that it matters. This is the virtual world. Whether you are Akane Taira herself or someone pretending to be her. The fact you have that scar means that one way or another you're related to that person. And that means Mikado Sonoji knew of it too. Then why the hell did he hide that information from me?
Oh boy. Shobai said that Mikado was trying to hide information about Akane Taira. If Tsurugi's story is correct, then it doesn't make sense for him to say that.
Well, it's true I abducted Akane Taira from the hospital as requested. However, back then I didn't know the identity of the woman I abducted.
You abducted someone you didn't even know?
I told you all before, I don't look into things I don't need to. Just do as I'm told. You know, can you imagine if I looked into literally everything I was doing? Get attached to people before I murder them? Stupid. You're stupid. All my employer told me to do was kidnap a woman in a hospital, so that's what I did. Got enough info to do my job. There was no reason to look deeper into it. The only thing I knew about Akane Taira is that she was related to the 79th class's killing game.
Wait, didn't Iroha say something similar? That the Voids didn't know about Akane Taira's involvement? Yeah.
So it's true. What Shobai said about hiding Akane Taira's existence is true. All information related to her was only known by Mikado. What's the point in that? Akane Taira was the closest person to Utsuro, so why wasn't she involved in the plan? That is correct. Akane was not involved in my plan to revive Utsuro. However, the girl called Akane Taira was still needed. What? I would explain it to you, but I'm quite tired of spouting exposition. So unfortunately I won't tell you.
That's ridiculous! Do you want us to figure out your damn plan or not?
Remember, this is a class trial. We have an order to do things here. The reason Sora was brought here will be discussed later, so let's move on. Yukimeda.
Huh?
You're the protagonist of this story, so of course you should come first. The third of my important pieces of information is regarding Yukimeda.
It's so obvious! It's that you're trying to revive Utsuro using Yuki's body because of their similar brain structure or whatever.
Oh, is that so? So I don't need to explain where or who Yuki was, or why he was imprisoned by Master Utsuro and Akane.
What?
Utsuro and Akane Taira imprisoned Yukimeda?
You're all aware that Master Utsuro replaced Yuki using the power of divine luck in order to infiltrate Hope's Peak. Well, during the process of this, Master Utsuro raided Yuki's home and killed his entire family. And then kidnapped him, of course.
What?
Do you remember the motive video on the third island you received? It showed your house. And what happened to your family?
What?
Master Utsuro. He's someone who spares no blood and no tears. Yuki's mother and father were leaving peacefully. It's a scene that couldn't be witnessed without tears. The Maida family was so happy and innocent in their everyday lives, until...
That's enough.
Oh? That's enough? Are you trying to make me stop?
How dare you tell Yuki such a horrid thing?
It's so horrid. Why did you do it?
Oh dear.
Sora killed Yuki's family?
Master Utsuro's will is my own. That was the creed of Akane Taira. She was just a tool to Master Utsuro. It's not an unreasonable act. I'd have done the same. But you, you of all people are the one to say that to Yuki. After everything you did to him, you ruined his life.
Sora? Yuki, it's not what it...
It's not what? Please finish.
Are you still trying to deny who you are? You can't wash divine luck away so easily. It doesn't matter how hard you try to wash away the sins of your past. Your hands will be dirty forever. Just stop. You don't get to speak to Sora like that. Nobody cares, so just shut up.
Oh, Yuruko, how love has blinded you from all sense. You must be blind to believe that Sora is the sweet, pure girl you think she is.
I might be. Yuruko, I read all the documents you left. Everyone here knows what Sora did with Utsuro, and the path she chose.
So you're going to keep covering for her?
I'm not covering anything. I believe Sora isn't the same person she was back then. I'm not trying to bury the past, but Sora... I'm willing to tie a knot over Akane Taira. We'll talk about it when we're done here.
Good. It seems you're a rational person after all. Sorry about that. She's right. The past is the past. You shouldn't judge someone on their past mistakes.
Sorry about to tat. Yes.
You really are a scumbag. Yuki, It's fine. I can handle it. I'm not the only one suffering here. First, we need to get out of this situation.
So, going back to the topic at hand. Master Utsuro and Akane imprisoned Yuki in a hidden space without anyone else knowing. They left him alone and on life support.
Life support?
It's a magic machine that assists with vital functions. It was initially developed for people whose body couldn't function on their own, and Yuki can't live without it.
That's not the important part. Why did Mr. Utsuro keep Yuki alive? He could have just killed him. If he wanted to replace Yuki, why didn't he just kill him along with his family?
Well, I'm not too sure about that myself. Perhaps he predicted this series of events and left Yuki alive in hopes someone could revive him.
You have no right to say that.
Moving on. After that, I ordered Shobai to secure Yuki. The children of Utsuro, Akane Taira, and Yuki Maida, they were all chess pieces in my grand plan. Unlike my human counterpart, I was able to achieve all of this, whilst he had so many limitations. Before obtaining Yuki's body, he tried implementing the plan to resurrect Master Utsuro. Of course, it wasn't easy. There were many trial and errors, various corrections, and more corrections.
Trials and errors? Even before now, there's been many similar attempts. They were all stopped by the Foundation. They all put lives at risk. They were all supposed to be reminiscent of the previous mutual killing games. Killing games? Why were they all killing games? Why would anyone do something as terrible as a killing game?
Why is Mikado so obsessed with killing games? It's gotta be because of that. The reenactment thing. Let me just look and see what that would be for. Well, maybe it's earlier then. When is Shinji Kasai gonna come in? Nope. Yeah, this one. There we go. There's so much text associated with them.
It had to be a killing game, to make sure you had the same experience Utsuro had. That's the reason.
Correct. The last experience of Master Utsuro's entire life was his 79th class killing school life. To synchronize the structure of Yuki's brain with Master Utsuro's, they had to go through similar experiences. Experience is important. It's not just about overwriting the brain data. No matter how much data is added to your memory, it would always be someone remembering an event they didn't experience themselves.
Memory, data, experience. That sounds like me.
Oh my. Look at that glass effect.
What happened, Sora? Are you okay?
Yeah, it's nothing. After various trials and errors, I finally realized what was missing. I was skipping the most important step.
Ooh, what step? The discomforting feeling I felt during the investigation is growing. My memories as Akane Taira. My experiences as Akane Taira. No, it's not important. Right now, I need to focus on what's in front of me. That's all.
Bow, chicka, ba-dow, chicka, ba-dow. Let's see. Oh, also, I got confirmation on the last video from Official Kai that the untranslated bullets will never be the correct ones because they were using Shobai skill, which eliminates some of them. So those ones are never it.
And I carried it all out in the real world. Of course, I used Yuki's real body for this. Master Utsuro's personality was recreated using an alter ego. That was to implant the alter ego in his human brain. His real body and the alter ego must be synchronized and in the same mental state.
I have no clue what you're on about.
In simple terms, his brain is in the virtual world and his body is in the real one. The structure of his brain wouldn't change, no matter the conditions.
Huh? That's ridiculous! It's an impossible feat to pull off!
Mikado's plan to make Yuki into Utsuro. I need to focus on that. So what bullets do I have right now? Yuri Kagarin, Monocro, Setsuka Chibukuro, Neo World Program? I need to just use that, right? So it's probably this. Of course I use Yuki's real body for it. Yep. Master Utsuro's personality was created using an alter ego. Doesn't implant the alter ego in his human brain. Must be synchronized. Wait, no, that's not an agree point. I keep thinking this isn't like Stratu. I have to like it's kind of weird because Stratu not Stratu. Regular Danganronpa 2. The agree points really made things make more sense for me. Like I struggled a lot in Danganronpa 1 with picking the right bullets for the right things because it was like you're always contradicting even though your evidence is like aligns with what they're talking about. You always have to find the point where they're contradicting it or someone saying something about it that you can contradict.
Eh?
So we're actually gonna have to hit Yuki's here, I think. Yeah. See, it's just, I don't know. My brain doesn't wrap around that immediately. Never has. Alright, we'll go until the next minigame. Hopefully it doesn't take another half hour.
You're wrong, Yuki. There's technology already created that makes this possible. The virtual world we're in right now is the technology itself. Well, I know this world is impressive tech and all, but transplanting somebody's brain and turning them to a whole nother person?
It's not just an ordinary virtual world. The Neo World program. That's the name of this virtual world.
Neo World Program?
Well, the scientific name for it is the Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator, the PCS. It was created by the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, the Ultimate Therapist, and a bunch of others. It's a synesthetic virtual device which you could call the essence of all of Hope's Peak Academy's students.
I don't understand. Why is a program like this being used in your plan?
It's simple. He stole it.
He stole it?
The Neo World program is a computerized device that was used as part of the Hope Restoration program by the Future Foundation in the past. The Future Foundation intended to use this to reintegrate the Ultimate Despairs.
Oh, you know about the Future Foundation's plans, then? It's quite confidential information. How did you find out about that, Tsurugi?
Any reason I should tell you?
Future Foundation? Hope Restoration Program? Ultimate Despairs? I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's not important right now. It happened a long time ago.
Really? How long ago? I thought that... I'm always confused about that. I'm just going to wait till I play the first game. The timeline of events.
The important thing is that it's possible to replace memories of people inside the Neo World program.
What are you talking about now?
Ray, are you talking about the personality override?
Personality override?
Monochrome mentioned it before. Juko and Oshima tried to override her personality onto people.
No, that's completely ridiculous. To override someone's personality, it can't be possible.
It might sound made up, but it's been scientifically proven that synesthesia affects the brain. Mikado Sonoji, he's trying to use this to overwrite Yuki's brain with Utsuro's personality.
That's nonsense.
It's really easy to explain, but not that simple to put into action. Many prerequisites are required in order for the personality override to work, and you need perfect brain coordination.
Brain coordination? Is that why you did the Killing Game reenactment?
That is correct. I needed to mimic the events that happened in reality. So I prepared a killing game based within the Neo World program. And that's the killing school trip you're all in right now. Okay, I'm good.
Wouldn't that have to end with, like... I guess, I don't know. How would they have built the alter ego? Because wouldn't it have to end with Yuki dying in the virtual world? Or, like, getting close to it? That might be tricky.
In fact, Sora, who has experienced both the killing school trip and the 79th class's killing game, should recognize this. That the killing school trip was unnatural and flowed similarly to the 79th class's killing game. Additionally, making the stage of the game in a virtual world worked to tremendous merit. Naturally, the restrictions that I needed to use Shobai for were decreased significantly. The story setting is something that's so important to the killing game recreation that it was finally achievable.
Story setting?
The 79th class killing game Master Utsuro was in wasn't a killing between ordinary students after all. It was a killing between ultimates.
That's right!
In order for a perfect recreation, Yuki himself had to believe he was a student at Hope's Peak Academy. Due to the setting of this story, the characters had to be ultimate students.
Wait, that's a contradiction. We're not ultimate students. Teruya said that Hope's Peak was shut down a long time ago.
We're not ultimate students. Yuki's right. Hope's Peak no longer exists. Therefore, Mikado decided to bring them as substitutes. Yuki's right. The 79th class was the last Hope's Peak Academy class. That's why Mikado used I'm so used to saying it. Mikado used next generation symbols of hope instead of ultimate students.
Next generation symbols of hope? What's that?
The next generation symbols of hope is a term used to describe the people who contributed greatly to society's restoration work. It's not an official title, but it's a common term used by the general public. It was spread widely through the use of social media and the internet. But their talent is real. In fact, The idea of universalism of Hope's Peak Academy spreads like a wildfire in this country. Even if you're not a Hope's Peak student, you can still be talented. The next generation symbols of Hope prove this. The talent that was hidden because of Hope's Peak Academy began to reignite due to the lack of ultimates.
So, is Yuruko a symbol of hope?
He just points at her and she's like,
Well, yeah. I wasn't aware of it, but apparently I was.
The next generation symbols of Hope were kidnapped for the plan. Eureka Garin, Setsuka Chibakuro, the Otanokoji twins, Shinji Kasai, and Yuruko Koboya. Those 6 people.
We needed others besides the Voids for the plan.
Strictly speaking, my mother Kokoro also had a talent comparable to be called a symbol of hope. However, because she remained hidden to perform her secret experiments, it would have been difficult for her to be recognized as a next-generation symbol.
Yuki, why are you staring at me?
It's nothing. But the least you mentioned of the next generation symbols of hope, they were adults, not students. So, how old actually are you?
Well, Yuruko is
Enough! Is my age that important?
I'm sorry, I was just curious. If all next generation symbols of hope are adults, how would they replace the ultimate students? So that's why they manipulated our memories.
Well, Yuki figured out something on his own. Maybe I should try that sometime.
You're right, Yuki. The body we had during the game is an avatar created by the virtual world itself. That's why our memories and physical appearance are back to how we looked in high school.
If this took place in the real world, it would have been impossible to pull off such a feat. Ultimate students aren't just their talent, you know. Their age is important as well. But since we're in a virtual world, it was possible to manipulate everyone's memory and make their appearance change to recreate the killing game perfectly.
Hold on! That's not all!
Oh.
I know the next generation symbols of hope, including myself, have the status of being talented, but Mikado, out of the 6 people you mentioned there's only one with a special talent.
You have the 6 symbols of hope. Who's got a special talent? It's gotta be... Alright, okay. I guess Yuri just does space stuff. He's not particularly talented. We know it's not Yuruko. Setsuka was just a private investigator. Koji twins could, they could sing well, but she said one. So, is it time for Shinji? Is it time for Shinji Kasai? I don't really know what I'm looking for. I'm gonna try Shinji. Okay, nope. Yeah, the 6 symbols hope. Who's got a special talent? I don't know, the twins? Twins are pretty talented. Musicians, right? They're still musicians, right? They were in a... I don't know. Nope. Okay. Well, there's only a couple more. And I'm pretty sure Yuruko's not talking about herself. Yuri? Nope. I don't know what they're talking about. Not Shinji, not the twins, not Yuri. It's Setsuka's eye? That's not a talent, though. Okay. You're right. I remember now. It's Setsuka. She was supposedly hired by the Kisaragi Foundation.
Setsuka was also working for the Kisaragi Foundation? Is anyone here not working for somebody? Well, you, Yuki. Also me. No, she wasn't working for the Foundation. She was hired by the Foundation, just like Shobai. Setsuka was a private investigator. Not only that, each of the next generation symbols of hope had a connection to the 79th class of Hope's Peak Academy. In addition to their talents, he specifically kidnapped people with a connection to them.
Symbols of hope have a connection to the 79th class?
That's the first time I've heard of this. Can you explain, Akane Taira?
Well, for example, Yuruko had a relation to Kazuna Tomori since she worked with her mother.
Minako?
Wait, Do you know Minako?
We did know her. We do know her. Oh, Minako. Minako is not the one who was in the game. What was her name? I don't remember. Pretty sure that was the sniper, though, right? It was like Kyoka. Anyway. No, that was Hyoka Maki, right? I don't remember. We do know her. Minako is currently working at the Kisaragi Foundation in the intelligence team of the administrative department.
Seriously? Minako works for the Kisaragi Foundation too? You're still alive? You're not the type of person to die easily, big sis. In addition to that, Shinji was the one who saved Kanata Inori from the accident her parents died in. Yuri. He hired me as a maid on a business trip when he was just a child.
Yes, I recall hearing that before. Hibiki Oda no Koji and Kanade Oda no Koji, the twin sisters from the famous band Melody Rhythm. There were multiple accounts of mysterious disappearances of people close to them. Although they were both found innocent, they were still questioned quite often.
About that, I wouldn't say one of them was innocent. She was a serial killer with over 60 kills. Good job, buddy!
60? I knew it was too suspicious. How come there was no evidence left at the crime scenes?
I guess you're a little incompetent.
We can't arrest people if there's no evidence. That's the law in this country. I have to catch her somehow.
Don't worry about that. We dealt with it. Kanade's already dead.
On the topic of Mikado, why did Mikado bring such a crazy murderer into the plan?
Oh, that? There isn't really a reason for it. I didn't even know about Kanade's crimes. It was just a happy little accident.
Bullshit! If you're able to use information from the entire internet, surely you'd find some information on Kanade.
You think I'm lying? I only brought the twins here because they were interrogated by Tsurugi himself. Of course, I did suspect something was wrong, since the police were constantly questioning the two of them. Even my internet searching wasn't perfect. I could probably have found out if I had really tried. But it wasn't important to me. I would never have imagined a famous guitarist could be a serial killer. There's nothing better than some shocking twists to make the killing school trip more exciting, right? Actually, I was a bit worried by Kanade's sudden murder, but that little crack didn't affect my plan too much.
So, you're scared of her?
What was that?
Nothing.
You wanted a connection to the 79th class of Hope's Peak. So that's why you were looking for Ryutaro. That's why you chose Setsuka Chibukuro? Because she was hired by the Kisaragi Foundation? That the Foundation is run by the 79th class.
Well, strictly speaking, in Setsuka's case, the timing just happened to conveniently overlap. The Kisaragi Foundation asked her to find Mikado Sonoji and the others, so she approached us on her own. Unfortunately, Setsuka wasn't as capable investigator or detective, so she was easily caught. She became the next generation symbol of hope due to the power of her eye transplant.
It's not a talent!
She was easily captured by Shobai, who turned the tables on her.
Setsuka met the conditions for the killing game, and she was a symbol of hope. And she accidentally fell into Mikado's hands because of the Kisaragi Foundation's request. Huh?
She just, looks at them,
Seems like you made a lot of mistakes. But isn't Yuri's case a little different?
I don't think so. Even the wielder of divine luck, Master Utsuro, didn't know how it functioned.
What's that got to do with Yuri?
I was lucky when I ordered Shobai to kidnap Yuri. Because at that moment, Shobai was able to obtain something that was essential to the plan.
Something essential for the killing game? What could it be? It's Yuri Kagarin. But this one... You're talking about Monocro.
Monocro? What's he got to do with this?
The AI used for face spite. Yes, used for Facebook support developed by the Kagarin Corporation, ironically named Yuri. That's the true identity of Monocro.
The Kagarin Corporation made Monocro?
Well, I can't say yes, but you're not entirely wrong. Does everybody here remember Monokuma?
How could I forget? So many people were killed because of those things. At least now they're all gone.
So far, several killing games have been hosted by Monokuma. The killing game itself is related to the Ultimate Despairs, so that's obvious. But now the despair has subsided to some degree, and the Monokumas have disappeared. That's why I was so interested in the Kagaran Corporation.
But why was it necessary? If you're planning to stage the killing game inside the virtual world, you could have just created your own host character.
No matter how incredible I am as an alter ego, it's not that easy to create an artificial intelligence from scratch. It's possible if you invested a lot of time into it, but I needed the AI as soon as possible. I was running out of time during the prep process, so it was more efficient of an option.
So, what exactly did you do?
I'll explain that later.
We're leaving a lot of things till later, mister.
In any case, if I already have a high-performance AI that was made by the Kagaran Corporation, it would make things much simpler. By resetting its memory and manipulating the AI personality data, I was able to make Monocro similar to Monokuma.
So, Yuri has nothing to do with the existence of Monocro? Is that all? Or is there more?
That's it. He was... no. It was just an AI stolen and modified to be used as the Killing Game's host. Being a host gives you the same authority as me inside the Near World program, so I couldn't just let it roam around freely. But now the Killing Game is over, and Monocro is gone.
But now that I know the Kisaragi Foundation hired Setsuka, something worries me. You also said the Foundation hired Shobai as a double agent, right? Why hire Setsuka if Shobai was already providing you with the information?
It's quite the opposite, Yukimeda.
Huh?
Earlier, when I explained Setsuka, you said that it was Shobai who captured her, correct? I'd hired both of them at the same time. Or if I'd hired them both at the same time, that wouldn't have happened.
So you're saying that...
Yes, I hired Setsuka before Shobai. And the moment Setsuka was caught, I then discovered the existence of Shobai Hashimoto.
I was the first to suggest hiring an investigator. To be more precise... Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to stop soon. I'm tripping over all my words. To be more precise, we, the intelligence team, decided to hire her and the other branches approved of it. Setsuka's hiring was known to the entire Foundation, compared to Shobai's. Yes, it didn't take long to find her whereabouts. But by the time a rescue was planned, there was nothing we could do.
The Foundation had no other choice. That's why I decided to cover up Setsuka's disappearance.
In order to hide your deal with Shobai?
Setsuka always reported her investigations to me. Her last communication with me before she vanished, I felt a sense of incongruity. And the moment she was captured, I noticed that the person I was chasing was a different person entirely to Mikado Sonoji. After hiding the information I obtained, I secretly met with Shobai Hashimoto.
Was that so? That's the first I've ever heard of such a thing. No matter what we discuss, Shobai always seems to be involved. So you had a little fun whilst kidnapping Setsuka, Shobai? Well, I'm not angry with you. In the end, it was my mistake to put so much trust in you. It seems that Mr. Kinjo here and Shobai are both very dangerous people. If not for the power of divine luck, my plan would have been completely ruined.
Take a drink.
Tsurugi Kinjo's voice sucks. But I feel like it fits him, so...
Well, I think it's about time now. What do you all think? Does it feel like you've faced the truth? Any new realizations?
What? It's so abrupt.
Don't you remember what's supposed to happen next? We give a final verdict by going over all the information we discussed during the trial. Ta-da! Then we clear this class trial.
Yeah, what?
Settle down, Iroha. They all worked so hard to find out my entire plan. You found the truth of Teruya's death, the truth of the Kisaragi Foundation, and the truth of Shobai. Is there still something missing? Does little Iroha know something that I do not?
Nope, definitely not. It's over? Why does it feel so sudden?
Yes, that's all. You have my thanks. Without you, Yuki wouldn't have figured out everything, even if he investigated.
It's over? Is it really over? All of Mikado's plan has been revealed, but the problem is, it doesn't change the current situation at all. And above all else, there seems to be something we don't know.
Did you just say it's about time? What do you mean by that? It's as if you planned out this entire discussion.
Please refrain from speculation. I only proposed the final trial, and you've cleared it correctly. That's it.
That's ridiculous! We still have lots more to discuss! What about Akane Tyrant Utsuro?
That's simply not relevant to the trial. Talking about it would just be a waste of time. Are you enjoying this trial so much you don't want it to end?
That...
I know it might seem sudden, but... Sora, can you please do the honors?
Me? Why?
Isn't it tradition for you to do the closing argument in our trials? Clarifying the case is even more necessary since we're solving the whole truth here. Of course, you're not obliged to. We can always just skip it if you wish.
I don't want to do what Mikado says, but he's right. This class trial isn't just about a simple murder. It's about a complicated plan that spans multiple years. So, summarizing everything we've discussed might help everyone out. Alright, I'll put everything I investigated and what we discussed in this trial together. And hopefully after that, this dim atmosphere will go away. What do you do again? Arrange the cut pieces in the correct order. Press the A key. Really? The A key? Wow, we're just going on a keyboard waltz today. With this game, anyway. You're given a series of images to select for each page. The objective will be to place them in chronological order. If you're having trouble, you can press the A button to analyze any given image and get a brief description. When you think you have the right idea, press the Z key to select the image. Once you've chosen all the images for a certain page, you'll be given a chance to review. Okay. At least I know how this one works. Oh man, it's really tiny. Oh god. Well, I've got the little thing that'll make it easier. I won't have to actually like look too hard. Divine luck to thing luck. Kokoro and Mikado start working together. I guess stealing the information about alter ego, what's his face? Kisaragi? I don't know. It's named after him, right? They call him something else. It's probably not right. This is... I actually have no idea what that is. Nikkei? Can't really tell. Oh no, that's Mikako. The creation of Alter Ego Mikado. Alter Ego Mikado has a bit too many thoughts. And gets... What the hell is this? Oh, that's Mikado. I thought that was Shobai. He's got like wavy hair like that. No, that's Shobai killing Mikado. Cool. He did have a few too many thoughts. But Mikado's stuck in the virtual world. And then they kidnap Yuki, who's on life support. Oh god. He doesn't look like he's doing too well. Maybe him and me are more alike than we thought. But we need someone who's like this class. So then we recruit the Voids. Look at them, looking all cool. Then we have the top secret Neo World program tech. And the, oh, look at this image. I'm gonna have to check that out later. The Yuruko is a next generation symbol of hope. And we got all these other next generation symbols of hope. And now they're teenagers, because avatars. And then Yuki wakes us up. Is that Yuruko's friend? Her big sis? Nice. Oh, that's it. Nice. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess it does end with us waking up in the virtual world, so yeah, that would be it. It all started a few years ago, when someone read the alter ego Kisaragi backup data kept by the Foundation. It was Kisaragi! Haha! The one who read this data was Mikado Sonoji, someone who was saved by Utsuro in the past and has been searching for him since childhood. Alter ego Kisaragi had data on the entire 79th class's killing game. It was at that moment that Mikado realized that Utsuro was dead. he made his new mission to resurrect Utsuro, so he started the killing school trip. Usually, reviving the dead is impossible. However, Mikado was using his hacking expertise, collected information about Utsuro, and devised a plan to use that knowledge. And that plan was to resurrect Utsuro as an alter ego in the virtual world. But alter ego is an advanced technology, and can only be created by ultimate students. So it was impossible for Mikado to create an alter ego with his ability alone. Because of this, he decided to collaborate with someone with excellent ability, compared to that of an ultimate. It was Kokoro Kurakawa, who we met as Kokoro Mitsume during the killing game. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom. Kokoro performed experiments on her daughter in order to study primitive emotions in the past. Her daughter was part of the 79th class of Hope's Peak, the ultimate exorcist, Mikako Kurakawa. Even after she escaped her confinement, there was still data being recorded for Mikako until the day of her death. All stored in Kokoro's computer due to her computer chip implanted in her brain. From this data, along with the information of the 79th class, killing game, and Utsuro, Mikado created the alter ego base. But there was something Mikado overlooked. It was extremely difficult to create an alter ego of someone else. So Mikado first decided to create his own alter ego. And thanks to Kokoro inserting an excessive infusion of emotions into it, the alter ego began to run wild, and saw that human Mikado's plan wouldn't succeed. Alter ego made plans to deal with his real self, and hired Shobai to work as his body. And so he ordered Shobai to kill Mikado. Here's my question, right? Why does alter ego Mikado have luck? Because shouldn't his plan have immediately failed because real Mikado has ultimate luck still? Or divine luck? He didn't have any divine luck on his side yet. Right? When his jammer disappeared, alter ego began to make serious plans. It was at this point that it became impossible for the Kisaragi Foundation to track alter ego down. Well, to track Mikado down, and nobody could stop him. The alter ego searched networks from all around the world and collected a large amount of informatio to help with his plans. He discovered information about Yuki, who was kidnapped by Utsuro and imprisoned somewhere. Utsuro went to Hope's Peak instead of Yuki. Right, instead of Yuki, like in place of him. So the two bodies had many similarities. That's why he kidnapped Yuki, who was currently on life support, and attempted to resurrect Utsuro using his body. In order for Yuki to become Utsuro, alter ego created a plan to synchronize Yuki's brain. His plan was for Yuki to have a similar experience to the one Utsuro had. Specifically, to recreate the 79th class killing game and infuse Yuki with that experience. And for that, he needed students to participate in the killing game. I did not even see Iroha when I looked at this the first time. Look at your back there. Silly. Everybody's looking all epic and you're just back there like... And for that, he needed students to participate in the killing game. Furthermore, to maximize the power of divine luck, alter ego brought together people who gained fortune from divine luck. The children of Utsuro, also known as Void. Utsuro C0. Yeah. Utsuro CO2, carbon dioxide. Even if the plans were made, it still wasn't an easy process to bring Utsuro back to life. After lots of trial and error, alter ego finally came to the conclusion that he had to use a virtual world. To do this, he stole the Neo World program data from the Future Foundation. He modified the already created virtual world and turned it into Utsuroshima, the perfect setting for an alter ego deading. With the stage set, alter ego began to gather the remaining participants. All the participants had something in common. They were all seen as symbols of hope, and they had to have some connection to the 79th class of Hope's Peak Academy. In the virtual world, everyone's bodies and memories were manipulated so they believed they were Hope's Peak's freshmen. And with this, the recreation of the 79th class's killing game began, and we, who knew nothing about it, began to doubt and ultimately kill each other. Thanks to the efforts of Void and the power of divine luck, the plan went smoothly. All controlled by a will of an alter ego. Wow. Spooky! This killing school trip. It was all controlled by the alter ego calling himself Mikado Sonoji, the true culprit of our suffering.
As if you didn't already know. I love suffering, don't you?
We're getting into the last legs here. I'm scared. What am I going to do without Strat 2 in my life? It's been so long. I wonder when the first episode went up. I'm actually going to look at that real quick before we end off here. Because we had to take a break in the middle because I was... what happened? Oh, it wasn't translated yet. That's right. I was like, I got tired. No, I didn't. That's not what happened. All right, let's see. Hopefully it doesn't start like playing the actual video when I go into this playlist. It didn't.
Soundtrack.
There it goes. 1 year ago, at least. Can I see like the actual date? June the 3rd, 2020. So that's more than a year ago.
Wow. That's more than a year.
No wonder I'm like sad to see it go. Oh man, what a year it was. What a year it still is. More than that. Okay, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back soon for more Strat 2. By the way, if you guys didn't know, I do stream now, and I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. Probably Metopia, because... Or not tomorrow. No, yeah, tomorrow. It's not tomorrow for me, but it'll be tomorrow for you. Saturday. At the normal time I upload. So, if you want to watch Metopia and watch some shenanigans, Truri is in there.
Yeah, I'm still totally live. No worries, guys. Like and subscribe. Okay, bye.